large or small this year. Find out how we can do your paving project by clicking on the icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we get going with this great conversation, let's thank the sponsors that make it possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. In the studio, we have Linda Allen, Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, and Aaron Dominoski with Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. Thank you both for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be a good episode today. It'll be very informative because our first time having Aaron in the studio. Very, very nice to have you in today and talking about a very interesting cause today. And I'll kind of set it out for you. Turn Our Town Teal. I think it sounds so cool. Tell me about this. What does that mean?
Turn Our Town Teal is it's a prevention strategy where we go and we put teal ribbons. Actually, it's all over the courthouse. I have a meeting with the county board on Monday, and just to raise awareness. Sexual Assault Awareness Month is in April, and so we'll have those teal ribbons up for from April 1st until we'll take them down May 1st. So it just is kind of like to bring awareness, to give a voice to those who just kind of, don't feel like they have one maybe. Yeah,
I love it. Turn the Town Teal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great initiative, and it sounds great. And this is coming off the heels of a conversation I had yesterday with Chief Wheeler, and it described a lot of what we are talking about right now. Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you really see how trauma in early life proceeds into crime and drug use. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, that is you're going to bring light to that. Just talk to me a little bit about that.
We work really closely with the adult treatment court, and Judge Paisley a lot of times will send a lot of his participants to us because what they do know is a lot of drug addiction stems from from a history of child sexual abuse. A lot of times they are assaulted during their addiction, during their active addiction. We see it in both men and women. It's something that really, especially Judge Paisley, really puts the focus on in his treatment court, and he works very closely with us. It's a great program, and it's been very helpful because, I mean, let's face it, not really a lot of people know that we exist until you need us. Yeah. And then that's where Chief Wheeler comes in and his detectives come in and they pass on our information, or they'll call me up to ask to help with a, civil no contact order or an emergency order of protection. But you don't know. You can't know what you don't know. So if you've never been down that road, you have no idea.
Absolutely. Well, this Turn the Town Teal initiative is going to bring just more knowledge to that. And it's so great to hear these community leaders, Judge Paisley, Chief Wheeler, they're on top of these things. And they work so closely with Safe Passage and Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. That's really great to hear. Yeah. What is that like to have those people backing you?
Oh, they've been fantastic. They've been fantastic. John McWard up at the state's attorney's office works very closely with us too. He has been really, he's done a good job in with these cases. Recently, we've seen quite a bit getting charged. Him and his his victim's advocate, she's new up there, Erica. She keeps in touch with me, and which just offers more support for the survivors. We're able to sit with them and as they go through that court process, or if they don't choose to go to court, we go to court and can, call them up and give them the status of that court date. Absolutely. So they've been really good to work with as well.
Yeah. You mentioned Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. It's not a place that's going to be common knowledge to people,
right.
And, for good reason. And it's there for the people that need it. I've never heard of it. So talk to me a little bit about those services. People walk in the door and you're going to have to be prepared to deal with someone maybe in the worst experience of their life.
Yep. So what we do is I am a medical and legal advocate. So what that means is, actually, I just got off of call. We're on call. Us advocates are on call. We have a 24-hour hotline service. What happens is when a victim presents at the hospital, we respond to 3 different hospitals. A lot of hospitals transfer between those 3 hospitals. we go and we tell them what their rights are as a victim, kind of explain, what to expect. And then we follow them through that process. And if there's charges, then we follow them through that. We also have counseling services. We have actually 3 offices. Our main one is in Springfield. Our child counselor is there, which they start counseling at 5 years old. And then we have satellite offices in both Jacksonville and Taylorville.
Amazing. And just a wide range of coverage right there. And just so much assistance when it's really needed, because there's so many questions to be answered for people dealing with that. Something that Chief Wheeler talked about was an influx in these cases. And I was kind of thinking of a Me Too situation where you people are feeling more comfortable to come out and speak out on their abusers. Are you seeing that?
Absolutely. Wow. And I was just talking out there that I think that parents are raising their kids to disclose. They're talking about that more. The schools are getting involved. Our prevention team is really going into the schools right now and talking to students and educating staff. So I think that it's getting more, and I hate to say more normalized to talk about it, but it is, and that's a good thing, because we see a lot of kids unfortunately, we see a lot of kids coming forward. Some it takes time still, but the quicker they come forward and the quicker we can start counseling services with them, the better off they're going to be, and maybe hopefully keep them from a path of drugs and alcohol. Because what I see with the drugs and alcohol situations is a lot of them, either they didn't tell, they weren't believed, we don't talk about this, they didn't go to police, no support.
And all of that rhetoric that's been said to them that maybe it's not, maybe your feelings are not valid, that is going to lead people to drink and to do drugs and eventually become homeless. And then those lines just draw themselves right there. So it's really amazing to get that perspective of it. And we're talking Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. Anything else the community might need to know? I'd love to get that hotline number out there.
Sure, I've got the hotline number. It is 217-753-8081. And then I'm also going to give the Taylorville number too, because they can contact me as well. I do have a voicemail there, 217-824-9895.
You said that's a 24-hour number.
The hotline number. Yep, we have advocates on call 24 hours a day.
Amazing. And Linda, thank you for bringing in the guests. You always do such an amazing job with these guests. And I hear the Turn the Town Teal event. I think Chamber of Commerce, you guys got to get involved.
We got to get involved.
Let people know about it.
We got to go help.
Help out with that. Help people know about it. But talk to me about this.
So a lot of connections happened yesterday, and thank you for coming. But after listening to Chief Wheeler talk about what is happening, and then I was thinking of the connections and how they all kind of circle together. And then I realized pretty quickly what she had coming up. And I realized that not a lot of people understand what that's about. Like, they will call us and say, why are there ribbons on the square? What is this teal thing? What is going on? So I saw an opportunity to say, hey, Erin, what you doing tomorrow morning? People love when I do that. But it was a vessel opportunity to get her here before my next is April. Of course, April 4th. So to get ahead of it so that we have a good time to promote it, to let people know why those ribbons are up there. So when you see them, you understand. They're there for a reason.
That's what it's all about. You're not just putting up the teal for your own health. It's really there for a reason. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I will be. If anybody wants to help volunteer, put the ribbons up. They are more than welcome to do that. They can call me. I'm going to try to meet with the city today just to make sure that we can go a little bit further out, because it seems like we have a little bit more volunteers this year. So,
Well, that's really great to hear. A good problem to have. And you mentioned earlier that you're going to have to go to a county board meeting. I'm sure you're not going to have any problem with approval on this one. Come on, that should be.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
For a good cause there, and yes, I'm looking forward to seeing all the teal on the square. This is an amazing initiative. We're in our last minute of our first segment. Any final words, Erin?
I think just don't be afraid to say things.
Absolutely,
reach out for help. So we were talking about this. If something bad happens and you don't do anything, you could end up in a bad situation. So if it happens, just walk right into the fire and come out the other side.
And to no fault of the victim's own. It's
100%.
Absolutely. All right, we're speaking right now with Linda Allen, Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, and Erin Domanowski. She's with the Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. We've been speaking on the Turn the Town Teal initiative starting in April. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. When you become a member of TCCU, you become an owner and have access to our great loan rates, earn great dividends on our deposit accounts, have access to our full range of financial products, and will receive personal attention from people you know. Membership is open to anyone who lives or works in Christian, Montgomery, and Shelby County. We are conveniently located in Taylorville, Hillsborough, Litchfield, and Pana. You can also visit us online at www.tccu.org. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
There are a lot of inconsistencies when growing soybeans. The soil, the weather, the market. You need something you can count on, like Revitech fungicide from BASF. It consistently outyields other fungicides by up to 9.5 bushels per acre, consistently wins in on-farm head-to-head comparisons, and consistently makes for happy farmers. Revitech fungicide. Visit revxfields.com for full results. Always read and follow label directions. Yield data based on summary of 2019 through 2022 RevX field scale demonstration trials.
This is Dwayne Wheeler, the police chief of the city of Taylorville. As a law enforcement officer, I've seen the impact that depression and suicide have on many people. Many times, those contemplating suicide endure considerable suffering and distress, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. You can call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That is 1-800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help you. Thank you.
Christian County businesses now have another way to attract customers and promote their brand. The Miller Media Group's new 36 by 72-inch two-sided electronic sign is now live in front of our Park Street studios in Taylorville. We're offering businesses the opportunity of promoting themselves to the over 11,200 drivers a day that pass our studios. Reach out to your Miller Media Group account manager now to get on board with this digital electronic sign advertising opportunity.
Take News Talk WTIM programming with you wherever you go, both live and archive. News Talk WTIM streams 24/7 simply by clicking the Listen Live icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. And to hear archived WTIM programming like the morning or noon farm shows, expanded local newscast, morning show interviews, Swap Shop AM or PM, click the audio on-demand icon in the upper left-hand corner. Whether it's your smartphone, tablet, or desktop, News Talk WTIM stream is with you wherever you go 24 hours a day at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Andrea Bach from the Christian County YMCA, where it's all about youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Find out about our great programs and activities at your local YMCA by clicking our icon on the obituary page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Taylorville Care Center offers therapy to help you recover and return home as quickly as possible with private rooms for rehab to home. Find out more by clicking the Taylorville Care Center icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make these conversations possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We're speaking with Linda Allen, Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, and Aaron Dominowski with the Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. We've been speaking of Turn Our Town Teal. That happens in April for Sexual Assault Month, Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and it's a big month of April right there. We want to talk a little bit about Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. How long have you guys been there? It seems like a Taylorville institution at this point.
Yeah, in Taylorville, we've been here for 5 years. Okay. Yeah, I think it just hit 5 years, and maybe February it was. So yeah.
Great. How have you been with them all 5 years?
So that's a good question. So actually, I'm a survivor. And then I started, just to kind of make sense of everything that I went through, started volunteering for Picasa, and I did some fundraising and stuff like that. And then when they decided to open up a center in Taylorville, my hero, Shelley Vaughn, who is over prevention, she reached out to me. And so that's how I got started working with Prairie Center. So yeah. Wow. So
really amazing.
It's very, very, very close to my heart. Very, very close to my heart.
I was going to say you bring a extremely valuable perspective, being a survivor there, and we stand with you. And I'm so happy, of course. I'm so happy that you're able to give that a positive spin.
100%.
You're able to help people on their path to recovery because you did it. And that's amazing right
Mm-hmm.
there. And you spoke on, we're speaking on years, that brings up the calendars. I see calendars with males around the community wearing these red heels. And I know that has something to do with all of this. So talk to me about that.
So several years ago, and they don't do it anymore, but we had what's called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. And that was a rally that men would walk literally a mile in red heels. And so that went on for several years. That's actually where I started volunteering.
That's where we heard about her from.
Yeah. So now it's kind of led into, they do a yearly calendar, and our prevention team goes and finds everybody finds men that will put the red heels on, and then they take pictures for our calendar.
That is really awesome.
And if they're strong enough to stand up with red heels for
Absolutely.
women,
come on.
Yeah, we just had,
They have my vote.
we've had Fur Love this year. We've had Angelo's in the past. We had the city. I know Mr. Havera was in a picture at one point. We've had several that it's been really, it's been neat. It's been neat.
And
I think here was,
our board did it. And if you do it, it might become good Christmas gifts for your family.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
They want that.
You
It's
get to
neat.
experience that mile walk in those
Yes.
shoes. I can't even understand.
They did not
that.
look comfortable.
No.
I think I've seen videos of these types of walks.
Yeah.
They're really they're interesting, and they mean a lot, and they're just what the entire day means. It's a pretty cool initiative.
But just
right
walking a mile in her shoes.
Yep.
I love the
in
name
her
of it
shoes. Yeah.
because it works in a couple different ways, right? there.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool. That's Aaron Dominoski with Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. Speaking on Sexual Assault Awareness Month in April, we're going to turn the town teal. There's going to be ribbons over the Christian County Courthouse. It's going to be amazing. Aaron, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap up a couple minutes here with some Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce updates. What do you got?
I will
for us,
just
Linda?
shoot out some dates here. I felt this was really important, so
Yes,
this is
thank
what we did. So we have our spring swing date set for April 13th. We're going to be hitting the bars with all of our gear and getting teams signed up. We have our banquet set for May 3rd. That's going to be a Cinco de Mayo theme.
Ooh,
We're working on that one. And then we're having our first Chili Fest meeting. I mean, we have lots of things that always happen with Chili Fest. It never stops. But when we get our heads together at the table and we start really, really, really concrete putting things down, it gets pretty crazy.
I haven't heard you say Chili Fest in a couple of
I
months
know,
now.
I
And,
try.
you've gotten your fill of non-Chili Fest time.
Just,
It's
yes.
almost that time. I can't believe it. This
Eat,
is
sleep,
awesome.
breathe, chili. Yes.
Eat, sleep, breathe, chili. Amazing. Talk to me about the spring swing. What is
Spring
that?
swing. So that is, I think we're in our 10th year. It's our indoor putt-putt tournament.
Oh, fun.
It is a fundraiser for the chamber. It is a fun raiser. We just have fun with it. So
Fun and razor.
fundraiser. So there's gonna be 7 to 8 bars. I'm waiting on one more bar to confirm before we hit the town.
Cool.
It's just a day of play. You bring your own putter, your own ball, driver, everything. You just come have fun.
Okay.
We just encourage everyone to have a good day.
That's really
Just a
fun.
good day.
So
Be responsible and have fun.
you're traveling around to bars.
Yes.
And there's putting happening?
There's indoor golf putting. Have you not done this ever?
I've never
Guess what you're doing this year?
I'm 100%
Yeah.
involved in that one. That sounds fun.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of
Bar
fun.
crawl and putting day. That sounds
Miniature indoor golfing. It's
amazing.
just so strange, and people get really competitive with it too. Yeah.
What's the date for it?
April 13th.
13th. Coming up,
So
guys.
It's coming up,
Yeah,
and
bottom line.
we're gonna. I know we struggle with this sometimes with our dates.
Okay.
It was supposed to be early in March, and then everybody was like, "It's so cold out. We don't want to do it when it's cold out. So can you move it?" And we just keep. Now we found a date. We're gonna stick with this.
Good. Sounds great. What about your the Cinco de Mayo theme? We're talking about that.
So we decided that was because it is right before Cinco de Mayo. So why not?
Of course.
Why not? Just have fun with it. So our plans are not announced yet on what we're doing
Okay.
because we can't top last year. Mike Asali was Stefan Harvey, and we did Family Feud, and it was a blast. We can't top that. We can't. So we're gonna
That's
have to come up
amazing.
with something equally as good
Yeah.
and memorable.
That was a perfect.
That was
a perfect
fun.
day.
That was so much
That
fun.
was a really fun day right there. And we're in our last minute here. Any final words? Any new members? Anything the community
Good
needs to
Lord.
know about?
So yes, we do have a couple of new members. We have the resource, Miss Corlin White. She is up on the square.
Okay.
There's so many opportunities for help here in Taylorville, and her holistic approach to wellness is a great thing. If you need help, seek it out. I mean, she's going to be there, and I've had lots of people with testimony say, "God, that's the best thing I've ever done. I hit the table sorry.
You're
but
good. You're good.
Mhm.
And we're out of time, guys. But I
It was
appreciate
great.
you both for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank
today.
you. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was Linda Allen, Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, and Aaron Dominowski with the Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault. My name is Tim Zalabak. You have been listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
For President Biden, there's a lot riding on tonight's State of the Union speech. His poll numbers are at historic lows, and more than 6 in 10 Americans have serious doubts about the 81-year-old president's ability